Welcome back to my channel, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you all how I do my makeup, essentially how I get what I call a flawless base, the products that I use, and essentially how I prep my skin before. So let's get right into it. So I usually start by washing my face, and then I go in with my Propolis Synergy Toner from CosRx. It's not really focusing, but I'll have the link to it down below. And I take a cotton round and I just go ahead. So usually I would have washed my face first and did this, but right now I'm just using the toner first. Then I go in with my CosRx Hyaluronic Acid Intensive Cream. I swear by this stuff, I swear by this stuff. It is so good for combination skin, dry skin, like normal skin. So I know that a lot of people usually wear primer, but I stopped wearing primer because I started prepping my skin with just regular moisturizer, and I didn't feel like I needed primer anymore. So we're just gonna get right into doing the brows. For brows, I use my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Spoolie, and I go in. So I go in and I brush my brows up, but because my skin is looking a little oily right now, not oily, I would say moisturized right now. And another thing that I do just to kind of like help keep them in place, I will take a powder puff and I will take my translucent powder. The one I'm using is Black Radiance from, it's Black Radiance powder in the color Banana, and I use that with a powder puff. It doesn't come with a powder puff, I don't think, but I got this powder puff from another powder that I use. So I literally just go in, and I guess that's what you would call my priming step. And then going in with the eyebrows. So right now we're gonna focus more on the base. So I'm just gonna quickly speed through this of how I do my brows, but it's literally me just going through and underlining where I want it to flow, and then do the top. I have no clue if they're even or not, but apparently brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins. So this is me quickly doing my brows. So I quickly fill them in. To be honest, on a good day, or most of the time, my makeup takes anywhere between, if I'm rushing, it'll take 10 minutes. If I am midway rushing, not really rushing, it'll take 15 minutes. If I'm like trying to take my time, it'll take like 20. But fill them in. And then I actually take a paintbrush. I use a paintbrush to carve my brows. It works for me, so that's what I do. Other people may have their own opinions. Doesn't really matter to me because this is what I use. So I use a concealer that is closer to my skin tone for the top, and I'll be using the NYX HD Studio in the color 7.5, CW 7.5. Put that on my hands, and then I clean the top. Usually if my brows were done, this would be 1,000 times easier, but I have not had my brows done in a minute, honestly. Then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the color Deep Cinnamon. I usually prefer the color of Deep Chestnut because it's more, if you see the difference in the tones, it's kind of hard to see, but one is like more of a neutral undertone, neutral pink, and the other one is like more of a yellow undertone. So I kind of mixed the two because I like the way the camo sets, but I like the color of the Deep Chestnut. And I'm sure they probably have Deep Chestnut in the camo, but I just never looked. So I just mixed the two. And then I just drag that there. Do the same thing here. Basically going under my brow to clean up all the hairs that I would usually get rid of if I threaded my brow. But because they're not done, just do this. Then I bring it up. I that's how I even it out, I guess. Sort of, kind of. Just put this and then, yeah. Brows are done. So I'm not a big eyeshadow person, but I do like to put like a flush of color on my eyebrows, on my lids. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill palette in Armed and Gorgeous, and I'm gonna take Proud, put that on my crease, and then I'm gonna take Top Secret, put that on my lid, take a little bit of Classify, put it in the middle, and call it a day. Definitely gonna use the same brush. Honestly, I'm that type of girl where I used to be into like the whole eyeshadow looks, but then I really realized that nobody's paying attention. Maybe some people are, but I don't care if they are. So I put that over there, and then sometimes I'll go in with Secure and blend that in the top just so it looks like something. Then taking the same brush and putting Top Secret on my lid. If I was going somewhere like extreme, then I put a lot on. I'm not, so yeah. And then I put a little, just a little highlight, and we're done. We're literally done. 1, 2, 3, done. For liner, sometimes I go in with a blue liner because I like the way it makes my eyes pop, but on a regular basis, I will usually use the e.l.f. liner in the e.l.f. No Budge retractable eyeliner. I really like this eyeliner a lot. Like, it is a deep black, it stays, it's everything I need. So yeah, I literally put that down. So sometimes if I kind of put it more than where I want it to go, I literally will go in with a tiny brush and I will smudge it into the eyeshadow. But then I'm gonna go in with my Morphe foundation, and this is in the color Deep 35. I prefer, everybody's different, but I prefer to use a darker foundation because I know that I go really light with my concealer. So I prefer to go darker with my foundation so that it balances out and my face has some dimension. So I literally take it, put it on my face like so. Then I take my Morphe setting spray and I spray it, and then I take my beauty blender or my brush, taking my, it's not a beauty blender, it's an e.l.f. sponge, and I blend this in. So on the camera, I don't know if you can see, but it is a bit darker, but I think it blends in well. I don't think it's that off. I think it's like pretty much the same. It's my shade, honestly. If you're wondering where I'm looking at the monitor. So yeah, but we're just gonna blend that out. And honestly, this makeup doesn't take me more than 20 minutes, and 20 minutes is if I'm going really slow and listening to music. And the important part, I layer my concealers, okay? I layer not a couple, it really depends on how I feel, but these are the 4 concealers that go in order from darkest to lightest of what I do. I start with the one that I used under my brow. I apply that. It's really light, honestly. HD Studio doesn't give that much coverage, but I still use it because it's just like my starter. And then I go in and I blend that. So I guess you could call it like my corrector. Not really, but this is what I start with. And then we're gonna go in with, so I'm probably not gonna use the deep cinnamon today, and I'm just gonna go in with my deep golden. I like to use yellow undertone concealer. I just think it looks better on me. So yeah, I put it on my hand. This is just my preference because I'm not I like the airbrush type of look. So I put it on my hand, dip it, and then I go in. Like that. Then dip it again. So as you can kind of see, I'm blending it like that. First layer, right? Do the little cut. And this is because I just like structure. Yes, cool. We're getting somewhere, we're getting somewhere. And then I'll take the butt, blend, like so. Then the real deal. This is way lighter than my skin, but it gives that bright look that I really like. So we're gonna use it. This is NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop in the color, I don't actually know the color. Oh, Warm Honey. Warm Honey. I'm gonna take it, put it on my hand. Put it on my hand because it just gives me more control, but as you can see, it's way lighter than my skin. But I put it on my hand because I have more control when I get to dip in and go. Focusing mainly only on the inner corner. Of my makeup. If I go too far, just take the butt of it, blend that out. Like if it isn't obvious, I love a bright under eye. I love it. I don't do it extreme, but you get the picture. I love a bright under eye. Like, yeah. So in between, I always spray this setting spray and press that in again. Yeah. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Now for the bronzer slash contour, just pretty much just the contour. I am using all NYX products today. However, I do have some alternatives that I like to use. So sometimes I use the Makeup Revolution in the color C18, or I will use the Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow in the color Dark Cool. However, this doesn't show up as well on me. It's not as dark as I would prefer, but I sometimes will use it just for less of a and I don't usually put it directly on my face like that if somebody wants to say something, but so I just put a little bit, and I usually use it just so it's a lot less of a warm tone, because I don't know if y'all know that the warm is more bronzy and the cool is more of a contour. But for a warm bronze look, I use Rich Ebony from e.l.f. And again, I put this on the back of my hand. That is literally where I put all my makeup. And then I take my Morphe M449. I stand by this brush. Like shit. It's amazing. And I go in. So this is what works for me at the end of the day. You know, for a light beat or light whatever. So I have applied majority of everything, and now we go in with the powders. So I'm going to go in with my Black Radiance powder that I showed you all earlier. I'm actually going to use a powder puff today and then go in with my brush. And for brush, I use the Morphe M536 brush. You can see that. So I'm using a powder puff. To go under my eyes. And if you didn't notice, I did not put any foundation on my forehead. I just don't. That's just me. And then I just go in. Yes. Smooth some of this out with the brush. And then for even brighter under eye, because I love it. I love a bright under eye. I go in with my Black Radiance powder in the color Golden Cashews, because I love yellow. I love yellow. And I put that underneath. This is just what works for me, to be honest. And then I go into my contour, which is from Black Opal in the color Coffee Cutie. I go really light with this because it's kind of dark. Or at least my version of light. Someone might say this is really heavy. And I was like, no, it's not. So I go with that. Then for full face, I take my Sephora Microsmooth Powder. Love this stuff. This is in the color Hazelnut. So it's more of a warm tone that I use to blend everything. Yes, yes, yes. And then I usually go in with blush, but today we're not gonna do blush. Or are we? Today I'm literally gonna take this eyeshadow palette and I'm going to go in with this agent and apply some of it right there, and then take a little bit. There you go, there you go. And then I'm gonna go in with my spray. So I'm taking the Morphe Continuous Mist, spray my face. So I'm taking my fan, because I sprayed my face multiple times. Multiple times. Just a preference. So I do this just to dry it, then I go in, make sure everything, I do that. And let me put y'all on a little secret. I like to, because I do have moles on my face, but it covers with makeup, so I just go in and I go over them with eyelash glue. Then for lip liner, I'm taking the LA Girl Perfectionist. Lining my lips. And then I'm simply going to take, what is it called? Stone? Love this color. I've had this color for ages. Stone for MAC. And a little bit of NYX. This is Milky Gloss in the color Cherry Skimmed. And then a sparkle. In the color, this is Diamond Glow from Nicka K. This is like Beauty Supply Store lip gloss. This look looks good. This looks good. This is the makeup. And this literally took me 10 minutes. I'm joking, I'm exaggerating. This is literally my quick makeup routine. Like my quick, you know, I gotta go out real quick, nothing crazy, but yeah. I'll have all the products that I use, if not on the screen, then down below, but it should be in both. And this is the final results. If you have any comments, any questions, leave them down below. If you have any pointers, anything, leave them down below. But thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you stay tuned for many more. And if there's any video that you want to see from me, leave it down below. I'd love to hear your suggestions of videos that you'd like to see from my channel. But this is my makeup routine, or my flawless base, my version of a flawless base. So I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more videos.